Hey guys, good evening from Dubai and good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'm sure you are preparing for weekend. If you are already in international weekend, you can say already you are having that weekend. And if you are having a 1 day weekend, tomorrow is your off. Now today I've selected a topic which is based on a particular, you can say event. It is World's Book Day today. Why books? Why we want to read book? Why we want to go through books? It's something very interesting sentence which I learned from my mentor. He's having an article called entering into the spirit. Now books help you to enter into the spirit of the author. Now the author might have written that book maybe 10 years back, maybe 1 year back, maybe hundreds years back. That author may not be alive. The incidences, those stories, the facts which is mentioned in the book, maybe years or ages of old, you can say. Nobody is alive from that time, but you can connect with them spiritually. Now that is one part when you are studying that book. Like my mentor Bob Proctor, if you have heard about him, he was reading this book, and he read this book for 62 years almost, and every day he was reading this book. But he says when he was reading this book, he was getting new information, because every time he was a different person than the previous time he read the book. So he has started reading this book since 1961, and till I think end of his life he was reading this. This book he always refer. This book was a you can say life changer for him. Now this book is written by Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill has written this book in 1937, and this book was based on 20 years of his work, 20 years of studying the world's most successful people, Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, Rockefeller, and he was inspired, or he was asked to write these success principles by none other than Andrew Carnegie. Now Andrew Carnegie was world's richest person. Now this book contains 500 most successful people in the world, their stories, what they did differently. And one very common thing between them was one secret. It was you become what you think about. So this book says think and grow rich. It doesn't say work and grow rich. Now when you read this book one time, you will not understand much. You will find value, but you will not have idea what to apply. Now here it comes understanding about mind. Now see, just buying the book or reading the book will not help you. It's a good start, but then comes his understanding, and then comes his applying. So I will just take model of mind. Now reading a book connects a lot with mind and mindset. Now how well you understand your mind? See, most of the time what happens, we read book. Now you must have done in your education, in high school, in college, in post graduation, you must have accumulated a lot of knowledge by reading books, subject books. Now what happens? Those books, those knowledge remains here. Now this is called conscious mind. If you see this circle, this big circle is your mind, upper half is conscious mind, lower half is subconscious mind, and this is your body. So book, when you read with your senses. Maybe you are hearing, or when you are reading with your eyes, and information is accumulated here. So that's why you will be having a lot of knowledge. Maybe you are watching some good videos, YouTube videos, you are attending trainings, you are reading books, but your results are not changing. Now do you know why it is happening? I can tell you. The knowledge, the reading remains here. This part is doing part. This part is where the information will be impressed upon. Now this needs understanding, this needs repetition, this needs some guidance. And when this information which you have collected by reading, when it comes here, the magic happens. But doing, that is the knowing and doing, is the biggest gap we have in our life. 95% people, they have a lot of knowledge, but the results are not as good as they want, or they are deserving and they are capable of. Now you may be one of them. So when you are reading the book, maybe one time reading will not help you, multiple times reading. So Bob Proctor has read that book, Think and Grow Rich, for more than 500, 600 times. And he always carried this book. Now that gave me a reason. If he was reading this book for his life, entire life, I am reading every day. After learning this, I have developed a habit. Now that habit is, whether other things I do in a day or I don't do, but two things I do. First thing, morning when I wake up, I read a book. My first activity. 4 pages, 5 pages, 2 pages. If I am in a hurry, I will read that. And by the time I go to bed, I will read again the book. So these two things when I do, I'm connecting me, my subconscious mind, with the author's subconscious mind. So that is the power of book, but understanding. When you understand, it has gone into your subconscious mind. And then you are so soaked up in that information, if you like that, and then you are connecting with the author, spirit of the author. Now say spirit is omnipresent. Even person dies, the book remains, the legacy remains. And when you read that, you are connecting with that author, those people based on whose life the story is. If you read Steve Jobs' book, you will understand what Steve Jobs did differently, what challenges he has gone through, what adversities were there in his life, and then you will get inspiration. Now, many times we give up easily. This book teach about persistence. One needs to be persistent. If there is no persistence, example is Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times in inventing light bulb. Wright brothers, they failed 500 times to invent flying. So there are many of those stories which when you learn, you can understand. So Bob Proctor always referring 4 books. One is Think and Grow Rich. Another one is Science of Getting Rich, which is based on this book. The famous Secret movie was made. Now this book is a secret. But if you read this 1 time, 2 times, even 10 times, you will not understand much because it's like a philosophy. It says we have ability to create something from invisible. Now everything you see around you, let it be your phone, let it be the hearing device, iPhone, iPod you use, anything, book, was invisible at one point of time. It was somebody's idea who made this idea in a physical form. Now that can be your dream also, that can be your financial freedom also, that can be anything you want to create. I always give example of Dubai, like Dubai is having world's tallest building. Now that building was inaugurated in 2009, but that building was existing in this gentleman's mind, in his thoughts. He is Dubai's ruler, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. He's a visionary. When you study this, now I bought this book maybe 7-8 years back. Now see, book, you should not be restricted with the language. Maybe many people I meet, they says we don't understand English. Now books are available in all the language. Now this is Hindi language, and I bought this 6-7 years back, and this is what Think and Grow Rich is also about. Third book is Bob's his own book, which is You Were Born Rich. Fourth big book he always refers is Your Invisible Power. Now what if I say that we all have that invisible power? That power can be tapped in form of thoughts. So first is thoughts we have to create. See, we restrict our thoughts based on our belief system, our past experiences, past mistakes, our programming. Now it's a very long subject, programming. We are all programmed. When you learn that, you will understand that what are the programs which are holding you back. Now why I'm telling you, because some programs were holding me back. I love reading. I'm reading books since last 10-12 years, or maybe a little more than that. But I never thought that I want to write a book, because my programming was I'm not a creator, I'm not a writer. If 1 year back somebody would have asked me to write a book, I knew that writing a book, it will give me new identity. But my self-limiting belief was, I'm not a writer. I never wrote a book. I'm an engineer. I'm left brain, not right brain. And those were holding me back. But when I was connected with a community called Teachers Are Leaders community, where they help you, they hold your hand. I learned from Teachers Are Leaders community that yes, I can write a book. And that also within 30 days. Believe me, now I never thought this. But then yes, all the support structure was provided. I approached a publisher and they were helping me. There was hand holding. And now my book is getting released on 30th April, which is exactly 1 week from now. There will be a grand book launch, and you can see this book, which is the physical book, Grow Your Money Tree, and this is e-book, which is Unlock Your 6 Mental Gifts. Now these are the thoughts, these are the ideas I have learned from mentors, Bob Proctor, and my another mentor who is Robert Kiyosaki. Rich Dad Poor Dad. Now you may be familiar with this. Again, this book also is a life-changing. This book has changed my life, my understanding about money, my understanding about financial literacy, my understanding about which quadrant of cash flow I was and now where I am, what I need to become financially free. But I took his mentorship. I took Bob Proctor's mentorship. I am coached by Bob Proctor for 6 years. I have traveled almost 9 times to US and Canada to get trained. So it's like, see how strongly you want something. I wanted financial freedom badly. I wanted to get out of the rat race badly. But I have used my job as a ladder. And my mentors were helping me step by step. This is do something for 2 years part-time. Put all your efforts in your job. Make sure that you raise your compensation by giving more values. Now all those learnings which I have learned from Bob Proctor, from Robert Kiyosaki, from many other mentors, from my own experience, that is unique. I have my own experience more than 33 years now. 30 years corporate life and 3 years being as an entrepreneur, solo entrepreneur. And being solo entrepreneur is not easy. But you need stronger reason to overcome those adversity and challenges. Or the adversity challenges are part of life. Are you giving up easily? The books will help you. Now, this one book which I picked up on one of the airport. I was traveling a lot, and I always go for my shopping. I go to bookshop. I don't get time in city, so I buy books on from airports, and I bought many books. And then I read those books in flight. So this book, now you can say this is a tiny book, which I keep in my pocket. If I'm not carrying main book, this book is there with me. Now these are the lessons which everyone should learn. Now see, financial freedom is something everybody wants. But as people don't have answer, they are settling down a lot. Now you may be one of them. If you are settling down a lot with financial worries, doubt, you can change it. But yes, you have to start from somewhere. And I would say that reading a book is the first start. But then to understand that book, you need some help. You need to help of mentor. Otherwise, like, see what will happen. You will be working on your own way, which might takes longer time. So what mentors can do in life, they can compress the timeline. They can collapse the timeline. If something is taking 25, 30 years, you can achieve in 3-4 years. Now, many people say that they don't have money to invest. But time is also equally important. Now, when I understood this, I invested in me. I invested in my mentors. And that made magic. That created my freedom. Today, I'm living a life with choices. Those are small choices. Like, see, my one choice was I want to wake up in the morning. I want to read a book. I don't want to rush for office. I want to have my own time. I want to take small nap also in the afternoon. I do it sometimes, not always. Evening, I want to watch movie also. I love watching movie. Now, it's my choice. Night, I read. Let it be even 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the late night, but I read. I love to do yoga, meditation. I love to reward myself with different meditation workshops. So I did Vipassana in March. I went 11 days without any work, without any distraction, without any mobile, without internet. I was living there without talking to anybody. Now, if I was on job, it was a difficult task. But now I have made. See, you don't need some big reason that I want this, I want that. Material things. Material things are important. I dream about that. I reward myself with good things. But reading a book, I would say that it is a food for your mind and your soul. See, as I explained you, these three parts of our personality, this mind and this body. At body, we need good food, we need good shelter, good home, comfort, nice clothes, nice car, which we deserve. But that is for body, that is physical part. This mind, conscious mind, and this subconscious mind, intellectual and spiritual. These needs new food, nutrition food, and which comes from the book, which comes from the trainings, which comes from the mentor, which comes from the personal development. Are you changing yourself? Are you becoming a different person every day? Book will make you to that to happen. So these are my two books, which I am excited. Next Saturday there will be launch, and I will share the details. If you are in India, you can book this book under pre-launch offer. So in this post there is a pre-launch offer which is 50% discount. I'm talking about this book, which is the physical hardcover, and it will be delivered to you in India. Hope this information helped you. So wishing you all again a very happy World's Book Day. Books can transform your life, and all great leaders are readers. Book will give you a new identity as a reader. And when you create that new identity, you will be inspired to create another identity as an author, writer, which I never thought, but now I am becoming it. Being author is going to give me an authority to speak on this subject. Hope you have found values in this post, this video. So I want you to put some thoughts of yours, how you found. What one thing you want to take away from this live. Share with other people also who you feel can get benefited from this information. It's the same information has changed my life. It can change your life. That's all. Have a great weekend and take good care of yourself.